Rumor has it that in this world, a group of powerful existences have been born. Nirvana Master. They start with human life, have an immortal body. Since time immemorial, there are countless people seeking the law to fight against it, but it can't be wiped out. Until the emergence of the Three Truths sect at 1854, the contemporary sect master of Sanjen sect summoned disciples, introduced them to the true disciples of their sect. It is because of this thing to make Nirvana feel afraid. But before he could finish speaking, in the next second, the head of the sect master has disappeared. The speed is so fast that the disciples have no time to react. Then a figure appeared beside the wall. I saw him in shabby armor. He is drinking the blood of the sect master with a big mouth open. Scarlet eyes. It scared the disciples to flee everywhere. In the end, only one disciple escaped. And he is the 217th generation master of the Three Truths sect today. At this time, his temples were already white. The time has also come to 1906 AD. In order to inherit the Three Truths, he lured Chalian into accepting 3 apprentices. Now by his side, the youngest apprentice, Gao Haoguang. Although the 4 mentors and apprentices are playing constantly on weekdays, but something happened. That's no mercy. For example, in the cemetery at this moment, a zombie with sharp teeth and claws slowly crawled out of the ground. It seems that he saw 2 people. The zombies jumped directly at them. See this scene. High horn, bare hands, pinch captive, light up the fire. Wanton random flick. The prisoner immediately turned into a sword and stabbed at the zombie. The next second, the flaming sword fluttered away in the air. Gao Haoguang is slightly dissatisfied with this. Look at the master and complain that the supernatural powers he teaches are not up to standard. But Monest kicked the zombie down with 1 kick. Then put Fulu in your hand. Drink? A huge golden ingot fell from the sky. Hit hard. He smashed the zombie into meat patties. Don't forget to pose when you're done. And looking at such a powerful, cheap master, Gao Haoguang couldn't help but have some doubts. How terrifying was that monster? Only then can the old man with advanced spells feel despair. Out of curiosity, on the way back, he asked the master about it, the guy who almost destroyed the Sanjen sect back then. What kind of existence is it? In this regard, Ma Chao said, that guy is no ordinary zombie, but a person who possessed mana in his lifetime. A living corpse, aka a mage. This kind of nirvana corpse not only has the intelligence of others and a body of steel, you can even use extremely powerful spells. And that's why, at the time, they were powerless to resist. I am also under the cover of my brothers and sisters. Just escaped with the treasure of Shenpai. And the reason why Gao Haoguang can be at a young age? He was accepted as a disciple by Ma Chao. It is because he is the Eye of Destiny selected by Sanjen Clothing. The zombie in front of you, it is a living corpse turned into a living corpse by a person who possessed mana, aka mage, not only has the intelligence of others and a body of steel. You can also use various divine arts spells from your lifetime. One day, he broke into a Dharma house called Sanjen Dharma Sect. Just 1 blow took off the head of the sect master. Then in front of the disciples, drinking the blood that flows down. In terms of their supernatural powers at that time, not its opponent at all. Finally, After the brutal slaughter, only one person escaped, and it is the Ma dynasty, the 217th generation master of the Sanchen sect today. According to the will of the Three Truths Tangyu order, the treasure of decency, he took a child named Gao Haoguang as his disciple. However, just as they stepped into the inner courtyard, an inexplicable palpitations instantly rushed to Mei Chao's heart. He has a bad with the opening of the door in the house. The two masters and apprentices froze in place on the spot. I saw a zombie in battle armor, holding Ma Chao's other two disciples in his hands, sitting in the lobby. Seeing this, Ma Chao recognized it at a glance. This is the nightmare mage who destroyed all his doors back then. Why is he here? It turns out that the mage passed through this place. I felt a familiar breath. So I waited here for a long time, in order to be in front of Ma Chao, eat his apprentice alive. After saying that, he opened his bloody mouth. How could Ma Chao let the tragedy repeat itself? With a flash of fire, the mage was directly blown out of the house. Take advantage of this gap. Ma Chao hurriedly told the three disciples to flee quickly, because he knows very well he alone can't beat the mage in front of him. He didn't want the legacy to end here. So he handed over the 3 needles of the same moon to Gao Haguang. I stay and break the number. Sure enough, as the smoke dissipated, the mage was unharmed. But even so, Ma Chao can't step back either. Even if you risk your life today, he will also make this mage pay the price. Immediately after, countless pieces of strength turned into golden light and hit the mage. However, as a zombie who bloodied the 3-needle method back then, now the strength has soared. I saw his arms keep stretching. Just one look slashed Ma Chao's shoulder. Then he lost 7 arms. At the same time, Gao Haoguang and others also managed to escape. But in his mind, keep remembering, bit by bit with the master. Looking back on all these years, I didn't repay the master well. Only then did he realize how weak and stupid he really was. Despair. The sad and angry Gao Haoguang knelt on the ground, trembling at the moment. Grip the palm of the 3 needles of the same moon. It oozes blood. And this powerful decision to the unthinking. Memories also resonated with Teng Yuling. I saw Teng Yuling break away from Gao Haoguang's palm into a ball of fire, scattered and expanded in mid-air. Gradually, a figure emerged. And this is no one else. He is the founder of the True Dharma sect 3,000 years ago. Try everything to put the name first. The fire corpse in front of him is also known as the Dharma corpse. He is the enemy of the 3 truths. Now he comes to the door again. Ma Chao knows that he is defeated, decided to cover the escape of slaves. While on the run, Gao Haoguang has never hated his weakness so much. Grief and indignation grip the palm of the 3 needles of the same moon. It oozes blood. And this powerful determination to the undead. It also resonated with Teng Yuling. I saw Teng Yuling break away from Gao Haoguang's palm into a ball of fire, scattered and expanded in mid-air. Gradually, a figure emerged. And he is the patriarch of the first 3 needles of the millennium. Try everything to put the name first. With the help of the same month order, realized communication across millennia. The 2 people next to him did not see the ancestor in front of them at all. Gao Haoguang directly knelt down and asked for help. After receiving the prompt from Patriarch Dao, Gao Hao turned back to the rescue without looking back. But when he arrived, The Ma dynasty has been defeated. Gao Haoguang, who watched him go back and forth. The mage laughed wildly. The stalked horse dynasty is the opposite. Wood character healing crack. Staring at himself. Unfilial disciple. But Gao Haoguang was not afraid at all, then moved quickly in the direction of the patriarch Mark. How can the mage sit still? I saw his arms suddenly stretched out. Grabbed towards Gao Haodudo, even if Gao Haoguang tried his best. After all, he was still a mage with divine powers. Better speed. Just as Gao Haoguang's life was dying, 2 golden lights suddenly hit the mage, suppressed his speed. It turned out that the brothers and sisters arrived to see. Centaur dynasty is even more disillusioned. His 3 true methods are really going to be extinct here. Gao Haoguang took the opportunity to look down on the prisoners left behind. Get it? We will never perish. Translate the sentence as follows. Translate the name across the millennium. Looking at the battlefield with cold eyes. This is a prisoner he personally refined. Although the young Shido used half the city's dragon. But it's enough. Let this bastard see the true supernatural power of my 3-truth method when a violent fluctuation comes out. The mage was uneasy. I saw Gao Haoguang use the deathly sword formation. Everything around me turned into a sea of swords. They couldn't believe it. Look up. Shichen microcapsules. I couldn't help but be surprised by the name. The determined young man is like a god at the moment. I saw him pointing away. The invincible mage of yesteryear. Unavoidable, he had no choice but to let himself be swallowed by the sword formation. With a loud bang, dispersed between heaven and earth. Ma Chao looked at this scene in front of him, remembering the instructions of the senior brothers during the massacre. Did you see that? This indomitable teenager is his apprentice. 3? I really hope he does. Look your name in the mirror. The young man really deserves to be the person chosen by the same month order. The time to cut off destiny is approaching. Now there's only one opportunity. This distant future. A teenager also looked at the token in his hand. Is this the 3 truths and the moon order? The teenager used only one captive. Summoned 1,000,000 flying swords that can make heaven and earth tremble. Finger away. Thousands of flying swords hovering in the air converged into one. In an instant, let the mage who defends one side form a situation. Battle of Kinji. Gao Haoguang saw the mystery of all laws. What is a number and what is a law? He was sitting on his bed. Remember everything that happened yesterday? Fulu unlocks the powerful power of witness. This is the true divine power of the 3 true Dharma sect. The reason why I haven't mastered the mystery of magic for so many years is because there are some misunderstandings in the perennial teaching of Master Ma Chao. This is not a mistake in the calendar records. Simply put, the master is not talented enough. Gao Haoguang couldn't help but sigh. Everything is law. I only know the skin. It's easier to farm. This is the legacy of Emperor Erguwa. Go to dinner to bring Hiroko back from contemplation to reality. Nothing is more important than eating. He darted out of the room. Ma Chao is also the first level to see Teng Yuling's supernatural power. I can really see. His name is grandfather. It occurred to him the study should have records about the same month order. The next second, he rushed to the study. Haoguang, who has no intention of having breakfast, is also ready to leave. But the same month order in his hand is gone. Look around. 11 voices called out to him. The same moon is in front of you. Show the chain of names. It turns out that the same month order also has this function. to be able to talk to the grandfather of 1,000 years ago. Your name is Hao Guang. Can I call you Hazai from now on? Such opening remarks usher in a burst of white light from Hao Guang. It turns out that the patriarch is also an unserious guy. But now I'm going to move on. Tell Hao Guang your name. Yesterday's mage was but a solitary hermit. So don't worry. No companions will follow. At the same time, in order to follow the historical trend, the name is manipulating the scarecrow to build the third party where the master and apprentice live at this time. There is also fate to adapt. Gao Haoguang was not impressed. It is your right not to conform to fate. Zhang Mingzi smiled and said, Didn't anyone tell you? Does the same month order exist? The cannon light pointed in the direction of the study. Throw one innocently. A friend checked it out. Explode the name in place. He didn't expect it. The three true Dharma sect has now declined to such a point. This waste in front of me, like an ostrich with a nirvana corpse. Such words completely angered Hiroko. He rose up, purposed to go back. A sissy First Army blurted out, As soon as this sentence comes out, let go of the name in an instant. Haoguang righteous resignation. Master always thought that grandfather was 9 feet tall. Magical magician. I didn't expect to be such a bitter and mean person. Can't stand the name. He raised his hand to perform the spell. Instantly, from a white-faced scholar to a charming girl. Can't imagine. Grandfather is good at changing. She spends 30% of her life as a girl. Everyone knows that half a man and half a woman are demons. Do you know what it means to have 30% of your daughters? Gao Haoguang looked at the wink thrown by his grandfather. Stuck in place.